I remember the first time I got rejected by a girl. I was 13 years old. She said to me the famous words that would resonate with me years later. "I think it's better if we just be friends," she said. It was about 3 years later that I got my second worst rejection. This girl actually gave me a shot. We dated for about 2 weeks. We were sitting in her car, and I was about to kiss her for the first time. She looked at me in the eye and said, "Why don't we just be friends?" Years later, it got even worse. I finally got a girlfriend, and after 5 months, she cheated on me with someone cooler. If anyone knows what it's like to be friend-zoned, to be called the nice guy, to be seen as bland and not as a sexual being, or a guy women are attracted to, it's me. I knew it all too well for many years, and it's not the woman's fault. It wasn't the fault of any of these girls. The problem was, I never knew how to get a woman hooked. Hey, my name is Tripp, and I want to welcome you to this 3-part training series where I'm going to teach you how to get a girl hooked on you. I was asked to do this training by so many men, and after a while I just decided enough was enough. It's time to do this. Now, this training is not going to be up for very long, so I highly suggest that you take advantage of it while it's here. If there's ever something that you want to learn, never put it off. Always get right to it. Don't wait a day later. Who is this training for? This is for any guy, any minority, any height, any weight, any guy who is learning to get better with women. And not just better, but amazing. It's for guys who want to step up their skills and get to the next level in terms of attracting beautiful women and getting women to come chase after you. By the time that you are done with this training, you're going to have learned a lot of practical techniques that you can use right away to get the girl of your choice. So, why am I qualified to teach this stuff? I mean, as I just told you, in my earlier years, I never knew how to get girls. Well, besides reading every single book on the subject of human attraction and desire, I have put massive amounts of work into getting attraction down to a science. Years ago, I was going out anywhere from 3 to 7 nights per week, approaching women, beating the fear, and getting as many dates as I could. Over the course of a few years, I mastered the art of attraction and dating. In fact, I started to teach it. I've been all around the world teaching these techniques to guys, helping men lose their virginity, have more sex, get a girlfriend, and date the women of their choice. I help guys every day with the pain of not being able to attract the girl of their dreams and help them get results. So I want to share this stuff with you, and you're here right now. So let's get into it. But first, let me ask you a very important question. Have you ever experienced the following problems with women in dating? You're talking to a girl, and it never seems to go anywhere. You have nice, polite, boring conversations. Maybe you run out of things to say, or you don't know how to get her to pay attention to you. And you have girls telling you, "I just don't feel that way about you." And girls are making excuses not to hang out with you, rather than to hang out with you. Girls don't seem to see you as a sexual being, and you end up in the friend zone, and you have no idea how to get a woman to actually say, "Wow, I want to be with that guy," or even say, "Wow, that guy turns me on." What if I told you that those are actually just symptoms of a much larger problem? Get ready, because in this free video, I'm going to reveal a shocking discovery that I made that transforms any man into an interesting, more attractive version of himself. The kind of man who gets a girlfriend anytime he wants, and gets girls calling to hang out, and gets girls to text him in the middle of the night for sex. I promise you this is totally new, and you have definitely never heard this before. What if I told you that the biggest key to you getting the kind of women that you really want won't be found in some self-help book or even a seminar? What if I told you that the secret is inside this? And no, this has nothing to do with diet or weight loss or any of that stuff. The real secret is actually hidden inside, and I'll show you what it is. You're about to learn the secret to having as much sex as you can possibly handle while you're searching for your dream girl. So what's so special about this bag of Doritos here? What's so special is that once you start eating it, you can't get enough. You just eat the entire bag and before you know it, it's gone. Has that ever happened to you? You're watching TV and you just can't stop eating these bad boys, and then you go out, you buy another one, and you just keep buying more and more because of how good they are? And let me ask you something. Don't you know people like that? And no, not people who go out and buy bags and bags of chips. I'm talking about people who you want to hang out with and spend time with more and more. Don't you know girls, or even guys, that you want to be around and you just can't get enough of them? Almost like you can't get enough of eating this entire bag of chips. What if I told you that this is not by accident? The reason why these chips are so addictive and people get hooked on them is because they are scientifically designed that way. They have certain chemicals inside of them that balance out the flavor. So when you eat this, it hits the flavor receptors on your tongue in such a way that makes you want more and more and more. These chips get you hooked because of the balanced flavors. For example, here is a plain bag of unsalted chips. Do you really think you can eat an entire bag of these just like the other ones? Well, it might be a little bit more difficult. You might get sick of it pretty quickly. Maybe even throw them away before you're finished with them. So what is it that makes you sick of these? It's something called flavor satiation. If you eat something that tastes the same, you get tired of it very quickly. So how does this all relate to you and women? Well, that's what happens when you have a flavor of your personality that's all one thing. Women will get sick of you. For example, if you find yourself being a polite, nice guy all the time, girls will get tired of spending time with you. Just like you're gonna get sick of this bland flavored bag of chips. The problem is that just like these chips, and just like you have no other flavors to balance it out. Women aren't looking for a one-sided, boring individual with a bland personality. This is causing you to get friend-zoned, flaked on, and forgotten about. Guys who have a more balanced personality and aren't one-sided will end up not only attracting women, but getting women hooked on them. And what I mean by hooked is the girl can't get enough of you. She always wants to be around you, wants to sleep with you. She tells her friends about you, and she'll call you and text you nonstop. In this video, I'm going to give you an idea of how to do this so you can get women hooked on you. And it's a lot easier than you think. So think about the last time you hung out with a chick. What did you do? Were you nice and agreeable? Well, it turns out that agreeable is one of the flavors that turns women off. Imagine talking to a girl and she says, "I like horror movies." And you say, "Oh, me too." And then she tells you that she thinks New York is the best city. And then you say, "Oh, me too." And you continue to agree with her. Now, I understand logically, you may think, well, if you guys all like the same things, then you have things in common and you can get her to like you. No, this is actually not true. When you disagree with her from time to time and you don't agree on the exact same things, it creates unpredictability. And unpredictability is one of the balanced personality traits that makes her want to come back for more because she doesn't know what she's going to get next. But if you're always agreeable, you become boring, you become bland, and she knows what she's going to get every time she's with you. The problem is that that is not going to spike her emotions. And that's exactly what we want to do here. Just like eating a chip with a balanced flavor, it spikes your emotions every time you take a bite. And you want more and more. Another bad personality trait is neediness. This comes in the form of guys texting too much, calling too much, or trying to get something from her. For example, a lot of guys will go and approach a girl and try really hard to get them to like them by talking about their money or showing off. This flavor of neediness triggers a warning sign in her brain that says this guy is needy and trying way too hard. Women don't want a try-hard, desperate man. They want a man who is secure in himself and can provide for himself, not someone who is there to take. So what are the elements of a balanced personality? Well, just to name a few, you have humor, unpredictability, dominance, and radical honesty. I will say those again: humor, unpredictability, dominance, and radical honesty. When you have humor, you can make a girl laugh and enjoy her time around you. When you have unpredictability, you can create sexual tension and adventure. With dominance, you show her that you're the alpha male. And then with radical honesty, you tell her the honest truth about your thoughts, and she starts to build a deep respect for you as well as a connection. If you're not cultivating these traits, then you're dooming yourself to having limited results, getting flaked on by girls, getting girls sick of you. Like I said, women get hooked on a guy who has a balanced personality. So which one sounds better to you? A balanced personality that hooks girls, or a bland one that repels them and has them forgetting about you? I think we can both agree that you want the first one. So how would you like to learn this? In the next free video, I'm going to be showing you examples of how this all works. We're going to dive right into those personality traits that I talked about, and I'm going to tell you how you can cultivate these to get more women interested in you, wanting to date you, and sleeping with you. Also, tell me what you think about this. I want to hear from you. List down your comments below this video. Go ahead, write a comment right now, and look out for the next video coming very soon.